Yeah, exactly. Before we let you guys go, we're gonna want to remind you guys that the movie Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was a weird segue, right? Speaking of internet porn and sex, drugs, and rock and roll, let's talk about Ghostbusters.
Family friendly.
This family friendly movie.
No boobies. You will see no boobies.
I mean, well, Slimer's got a little.
You'll see
little
boobies.
Yeah, good one.
That joke.
That was
joke. Boobies.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is out. I'm gonna go see this one. I can't wait to see it. I've been waiting for. I think this is that movie that what's the name man who plays Ray? I forgot his name. One of the producers.
Like in the original.
What's his name? Ray.
I don't know.
There he is, right there. He is right there.
He's a taller, skinnier guy.
Yeah, he's. But I remember he said that if he ever did another Ghostbusters movie, he wanted it to be like hell on earth. Like it was supposed to be big, like his
darker,
really dark. Like his idea that he had originally for a sequel in the late '90s was going to be like he said he wanted to be hell on earth, and he's been trying to do this for a long time. And I'm hoping this is.
Look dark though at all. It doesn't. I mean, the lead character.
It looks darker than part 2, but it looks like it's in the vein of part 1. But it definitely looked to me just the trailers alone.
Part 2 with Vigo was
yes. Vigo was so weak. That was such a
no, but that was like for that time that was pretty dark, you know.
Going after a baby, that was dark.
But I mean,
but the Statue of Liberty coming to life, walking down the street, and your love is lifting me. Come on, that one. Yeah. In comparison to Dozer, that goth looking red eyed. Oh man, like with the bubble outfit and just standing there like a boss. Are you a god? I'm like, come on, like Vigo could suck it compared to Dozer.
My favorite guy in that movie was the librarian.
It
was Vigo's like he gets in that little pentagram circle or whatever it is, and he's like laying on his side. He's like,
that's my favorite part.
If I give you the baby,
can I have the woman?
Baby.
What was it? So be it. She will be mother to me and wife to you. Thank you, Lord. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I shit on the second one a lot because I used to love it when I was a kid, but in comparison, I shit on it a lot. But I quote the second one way more than I quote the first one a lot, but the second one is way more. My favorite part of that movie, it does involve him, was the beginning before he got possessed, when he was showing how creepy he was. When everybody they worked in a museum, I think they were restoring old paintings that needed to be touched up, and that's what she was doing. He was trying to direct and give his authority off. It's like he walks. All he does is there's this woman who was just doing her job painting, and he just walks up to her like an asshole, and she just says, "Everything that you are doing is bad. I want you to know this." And he just walks away. I can't stop laughing at that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And before he was even possessed, he was a total douchebag. But I loved him. Everything that he did was funny. He's like, dude, what's that accent from? Where are you from? The Upper West Side. What the like everything he did was funny.
I want to know. Because I don't think I've seen him in anything else. I'm like,
dude, he's been in a lot of stuff, dude. You have seen him, but
what else has he been in?
I can pull up real quick and let's see, and then we'll talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I'm like, what does he really act like in real life? Like how?
He's a regular dude. Like currently,
so that accent is completely made up. He doesn't talk.
He's an American. He's Ghostbusters 2 cast. Peter McNichol. He's been in. Let's pull it up. He's been in Ally McBeal. He's been in. He was in Sophie's Choice. Okay, let me see if this is.
Two of my favorite shows.
Let's see. He was in Ally McBeal, Sophie's Choice, Mr. Bean, Ghostbusters 2, Dragon Slayer, Dracula, Dead and Loving It, Numbers TV show. He was in the Addams Family. It was in the Addams Family. Remember when they went? Maybe the second one when they went to camp. He was one of the camp counselor guys.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, he was that dude.
So, but he was still kind of a goofy, nerdy.
Mostly a background character for the most part.
That was a good
Boston Legal.
That's an underrated movie right there. Is that Addams Family with the they burned down the village for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that TV show that I liked, All Rise. He was a judge in that. He did some voice work in the Justice League. I got to see which one but. Vigo, not that he didn't play Vigo. He played Dr. Janos, so I don't know on Ghostbusters, but he stole the show. He was, as much as I don't like it in comparison to the first one, he stole the movie. But I'm looking forward.
Him and Bill Murray were like the two driving parts. Like when I watch it, I'm watching for those two. I'm watching for him and Bill Murray.
For that, for the second one, yeah. But for the third movie, I'm interested. I mean, it takes place years after because the passing of the man who played the guy on the far right, the man who played Egon, as a Harold Ramis. He's passed away in real life, and they acknowledge that in this third movie. So this is like the torch is being passed on to his grandchildren. From what I understand, he went out to this town because that was the next place that the main villain. Remember that the main villain of the first movie, the guy who they talked about, who created that apartment that all the crap was happening in. That guy, those Doja worshippers.
Okay.
They mentioned it in the first movie. He had a cult following and a system in place, and New York wasn't the only place he was setting shops up. And Egon tracked it down to that town. This is why it takes place in a rural town out there in the middle of nowhere, right? And that's what he was investigating, and I guess the torch gets passed on to his family, but it's back to the original villains again, and it reminds me of the Scream movies, like the third Scream movie. They always say every trilogy there's always a callback to the original on most trilogies, and it's true again in this case. So I'm hoping we get Dozer back. I'm hoping we get. I see one in the trailer. We got Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm gonna go check it out tomorrow in the theaters. Actually, what about you? You think you're gonna wait for it to come out, or are you gonna watch it in the theater? What do you think? Is this a movie you might break a ticket for?
Very few movies in the theater now. Just like when you got a nice home setup.
I don't care how good your setup is. It's nothing compared to IMAX. Get the hell out of here.
No, I mean, it's the convenience of being able to. Watch it at home and pause it and eat something, I think is the thing for me. But I'll definitely be watching it. Probably not in theaters. But I don't think it'll be as dark. You were saying a dark version.
I mean,
Paul Rudd's the main guy, right?
Paul, the sexiest man alive, baby.
But he's not. He doesn't do anything. I've never seen him in anything dark. And then you got kids. So it's like following the kids. It's gonna be a family friendly kid movie.
Hey, I don't know if you ever watched the Ghostbusters cartoon. The scariest episodes of that old cartoon dealt with when they fought against the boogeyman, and that was heavy kid. That episode, and it was about two kids that were being terrorized by the boogeyman, and the kids turned out to be the heroes, and they were the ones that helped and saved the day at the end. Don't underestimate what these kids can do. I'm pretty sure that I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but that same dog that almost killed Rick Moranis, that possessed Rick Moranis in the first movie, that thing in the trailer is chasing the hell out of Paul Rudd. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be dark. Like all the villains from part one. I think they're back, and you know how scary they were in the original. I don't know. I feel like the original was a good balance between comedy and horror. I think they did a good job with that. And I'm hoping that they bring that back. But maybe you're right. Maybe they'll tilt it more comedy. But I'm hoping.
I'm predicting it's going to be more comedy. I mean, they're going to have the amazing CGI. They're going to bring back all this stuff. It's going to be cool and action packed, but I think it's going to be more comedy and less like real scary. Like they'll have suspense, but not like scary suspense.
I always thought that if they would ever do a sequel, or maybe if they do a continuation, I would love to see them do that boogeyman story. That freaked me out, man, when I was a kid. The way that old character, I recently showed my kids that old episode, and it brought all those feelings back. I had legit nightmares about that cartoon. The way he talked just freaked me out when he saw Egon, and Egon remembered when he was a kid, and he was tortured by that. I remember you. I was like, what the fuck? This is a cartoon? Like, dude, like, so.
No, I mean, yeah. Back in the day, you know, we were talking about the Wild West of the
internet. Yeah.
We had the Wild West of the cartoon.
That was the 80s, baby. There was no rules.
That's why we turned out so well.
Yeah, exactly. We're so strong.
Well-rounded.
Yeah, they were crazy. Well, guys, that's the show. I know we've hit the hour mark. I know you got to call it and get to bed real quick. I know I got to go run some errands and take care of some things. Guys, I appreciate you guys who stayed out there and watched with us. Hey, what's going on, Bill M saying hi in the chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys for watching. Guys, remember, if you guys ever have any questions, comments, concerns, always remember, feel free, put it in the box, as I always say. Outstanding, guys, and appreciate it once again. And until next time, hey, have a good one.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy